Ready, Hunter? Not yet.
Now.
Oh, wow.
Hunter, you didn't hit the camera. You didn't hit the
Hunter
timer.
Hunter doesn't have a microphone, so I'm a little sad.
There we go. Welcome back to the Duck Call Room, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have
Guest on guest.
We'll just call this the cousins episode, right?
The distant, the only half Robert.
Or nephews. Size nephews.
That'll
There we
work.
go.
Your nephews are here.
Your nephews are here. We have one, and it's fun. We have a rabid LSU fan in John Gimber.
That's fair. Yeah.
Versus a rabid Florida Gator fan
Go Gators.
who married a Roll Tider.
Pray for me.
So he's very confused.
Disgusting.
But hey, I'll say this: with those two teams, one of you's always pretty good. So
That's the problem, is that we're never all good at the same time.
well, he can't be because we play each other.
That's
So-
true.
And then I married a Vol, so we got the whole SEC covered in this place, man.
And you know what? We're all still in the tournament. Well, not all of us, but Tennessee's in.
Oh, LSU.
But we haven't
Florida.
lost in the tournament.
Yeah, undefeated. Undefeated.
The women are doing really good.
We've done this before. We let John Chris go 50 minutes and never told anybody who they were because we thought people would know. Gimber's been on the podcast, so people know Gimber.
And I just assumed that everybody knew
And Dasher-
because he's on Unashamed so much, and I figure
Well-
we have a high crossover rate.
We
I
actually
hear
don't.
we're a bigger
Really?
deal.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah. The children watch ours.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, people like to laugh watch ours.
I did.
Welcome, Dasher. We're trying to get you a new fan base.
I'm on the Unashamed, which means I basically listen to Jace talk about 90% of the time.
Yeah, that's all.
That's
it
just
is.
like Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
I've never been on Unashamed, but I did have a guy show up the other day
Uh-huh.
to the honey hole. He was like, I thought he was trying to tell me he listens to the Duck Call Room, but he was trying to make sure I knew that he didn't listen
Oh,
to
that
the
he
Duck
hates
Call
us?
Room
Yeah,
because he only listens to Unashamed. And I was like, what do you want from me, man?
that's fair.
Well, it was Jason's autograph. That's what he wanted.
Oh, there you go.
Did you sign it, Jace?
No, I signed Willie's name myself and sent it. No, I'm just kidding.
Si's a good crossover, though. He
So,
comes,
hey, let me tell you what I just learned.
What?
Okay. That man over there, John Gimber, is Judy's mother. It's his mother.
Yeah.
Okay. My younger sister, Jan, is his mother.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And that just hit me.
You just learned that?
Yeah, well, no. it
They've
just-
been around your whole
it just,
life.
I don't.
I'm
like-
50 years
Boy,
old.
Christmas
No.
with your uncle, huh?
No, well, it is. 'Cause,
What you
hey,
get him?
Here's the thing. When Judy was alive, that was the meeting place. It
Yep.
was her house.
Okay.
The whole family would come there for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all that. Well, after she died from cancer, it changed everything. Okay, and then Jan's the only one,
Oh,
He's grabbing a copy of the movie The Blind.
that stood behind Phil Robertson because all the rest of us had said, "Hey, leave him."
which explains why Zach can be a Florida
Well,
fan.
no.
Because there's a loyalty like no other.
Yeah, no.
And it's genetic, right? Like,
Zach's name's on the back of this too.
oh, he's kind of a big deal, man.
No.
Did you write this?
Oh, so here's the deal. They both come from great stock. Okay.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Size
yeah.
stock.
Now, there's a Robertson
Yeah.
being a Robertson.
Well,
right
that's the
Great.
analogy.
We're all
There's
very
the
proud.
analogy,
We're very
okay?
proud of our own material.
I will say, somebody told me that my grandparents were third cousins. Is that true, Si?
Look, I don't even want to get into that.
It was a different time back then.
Phil started all that, talking about, hey, they got to checking the family tree and said, hey, they used to say it was like third or fourth cousin and said, no, it was first cousin.
God.
Whoa, first. Oh, we done jumped a few up there.
Oh, yeah.
For everybody that's listening, that's probably a little indulgent.
Well,
95% of that was true. We'll let you decide what part. was.
Here's all I'll say: line breeding works in cattle and deer. So
Right,
you know,
that's
I mean,
Well, Granny said that good genes produces geniuses. That was her famous line.
Well, we're
So-
waiting.
Well, now, Granny, they'll say, everybody, all the whole family has a different attitude and perspective on, was Granny actually insane or whatever? Because every summer, Daddy put her in a nut house.
for real.
Okay, and look, here's my take on it. Granny was not insane. Matter of fact, she was just the opposite. She was pretty genius. Okay, because look, if you're married to James H. Robertson, And between the two of you, y'all come up with 7 kids.
Delinquents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
You were one of them.
Yeah.
Feral.
So I'm one of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
feral something.
Well,
like
hey,
that, you know?
when she'd get sick of the whole bunch of us,
Yeah.
she'd act up a little bit. And hey, Daddy'd take her. She'd take her a month vacation.
She get a little sabbatical
Oh
during the
yeah,
middle
hey,
of summer.
she'd have to come. She'd call all the kids together when he do it. And she said, "Well, I'll see y'all whenever James H. Robertson decides to come back and pick me up."
Okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
So hey, Ma died when she was 94. Okay, she won Bob Barker's what's the show?
Price
name?
is Right.
Yeah, Price is Right.
She
She won both
cars.
showcases at the age of 84.
Not many people have done that.
Okay, so hey, she was the
That's
first
big
TV star for the Robertson when Mama was.
She
She was-
paved the way for you.
Oh yeah,
huh?
she paved the way for all of us.
She was an exhibitor in the 1984 World's Fair in New Orleans also
Or what?
for Mayhaw jelly and Afghans.
Oh no,
The Mayhaw jelly kept going.
Yeah.
look, and Ma actually was a riveter on I think the B-17
He was a what?
riveter.
Rosie the Riveter.
She riveted on B-17 bombers that we sent to Germany.
She built
I
planes.
did not know that.
And man,
Oh no.
you had big shoes to fill. You decided to rivet duck call.
No, look, hey. I
Then he
tell
put
her,
one through his finger.
look, I tell everybody the Robertson family has led a really exciting life.
You know what they should
Okay.
do with that?
Maybe interesting's a better word.
Make it a movie.
Make it a movie.
Yeah. Oh,
You
Somebody
can get
need
the
to write a
DVD
movie.
right now on Amazon.
And then maybe if you try real hard, you get your own reality show.
well, no, and then
I like the movie more.
hey, you bring in God. A lot of people say I don't believe in him. Hey, if you look at the Robertson family, you can't help but believe in him.
Boy, ain't that the truth?
That's
Good
true.
grief.
That
Yeah.
is true.
Mm. Yeah, how
True.
would we all be sitting here
Yeah,
today?
yeah.
Right? Look at God, man.
Yeah,
That's fun. But
go,
no,
go, man.
go, man. So your mom riveted
On B-17s.
and you riveted duck call, Reed.
And I riveted duck call.
Arguably, both things changed the world.
Yeah.
They're just riveters.
And I riveted a fingernail. Just
Yeah.
Oh, don't.
You think your
It's
mom
funny,
ever had
but
an
let's
OSHA
not-
recordable on that? Like,
There's probably no OSHA back in them days.
Probably not.
Maybe not a bit.
If
yeah,
you hurt
probably.
yourself with a B-17
No, her
rivet, that's a
story- look,
wrap
her-
on the day, though.
Her
Yeah.
story, whenever my father went and World War II broke out, Dad went and done his patriotic tour, store and joined the Navy, So he went to California for his training and all this. Well, Mom said, hey, I got to get to California, would be with my man. So she just started getting on buses. Okay, there's a war going on. Well, there would be an airman in uniform. She would just walk up and grab his arm and said, hey, till I get off the next stop, we're married.
She just
Because your civilians could not travel
via bus?
via bus during the war.
Really?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
So hey, that's how she got to California, and then that's when all the kids started coming around.
Well, that checks out with what I know about kids.
That's how it happened.
That's
Boy, hey,
how.
when a settler comes home, he's got to make up for lost time.
All right. Anyway, this is the kids' podcast.
Whoa! My grandparents were talking about.
Hey, we took
His
the
uncle, for crying
Look, we
out
took
loud.
the Almighty at His word when He said, "Hey, go forth and multiply."
Yes.
Yeah.
But here's
I
the-
did too, but I took the urologist at his scissors.
Here's another unique thing about my grandmother, and I bet you Zach can attest to this. I never remember ever a hug from Granny.
There was not a lot of affection in the Robertson family.
No.
or
Yeah.
Phil, so I hate to tell you for you, I don't remember many hugs from you either.
He's hugged me a lot in here.
Yeah. then
Oh,
I-
Oh,
that's
no,
after he
I'm
hit
the
you.
only one of them that is emotional.
well, you were the nicest for sure.
no, I'm
and,
serious.
and Jimmy Frank.
Jimmy
No,
Frank.
hey,
yeah.
look, all the rest of them mean is all good.
They are mean.
Jan was
Yeah.
nice.
I will use the term you spell it,
She
H-E-L-L.
was.
They mean Robertson was mean bunch.
Hold on, was Jan not nice?
She's pretty nice, but she had a little. She was feisty.
Right. And mom was super nice, but mom was like very curt.
Yeah.
And like
Yes.
it was like you followed these rules, and that was just kind of the way it is. She cared about us tremendously. She hugged me, but I mean she was also pretty stern and what
You're disciplining you too, though.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
But you grew up with my mom. Y'all were the closest. Y'all were kind of.
No.
Si was definitely my mom's favorite for sure,
Whoa.
no doubt, hands down.
Well,
I
didn't
think the
Si
world has
everybody's
proven
favorite?
that. I
Well,
think the
no,
world's
because
proven that
hey,
to be
look,
true.
I'll give you when she was a young teenager. She was so naive. Okay, bless her heart. That's what made her so sweet. I'm Uncle Si of Duck Dynasty, and this one hits home with me. Most people look at this piece of cloth, okay, as a piece of cloth. Well, this right here is the American flag. It's not just a bunch of thread. Men and women have died for this thing because the human race is still stupid and can't get along with each other. What's in this flag is homegrown. It's USA all the way. It's the Allegiance flag supply. It's made by professional seamstresses. Everything in this flag, the thread, the cloth, all of it's made right here in the United States of America. The thread is double sewed in the areas that needs it. Look, this thing flies 724. You don't trifle with two things with me. The national anthem, our country's song, and this flag. ShowAllegiance.com, okay? Buy you one today and hey, let it fly above your house. Yo, I come in about half drunk one night.
Oh boy.
From Dayton, okay, and my mother told us she and Mama had an argument, and she said, "You need to tell your sister about the bird and the bees."
No.
No.
Okay.
Well, Zach,
No.
this ought to be real comfortable for you.
No. But anyway, I said, Mom, I've had about a 6-pack or maybe 2. I said, I really don't need to tell. She said, "You're just right. Go ahead and tell her."
And that's the same speech you got when you turned
No.
12.
So look, hey,
Congratulations.
Sense.
Does
the
she have-
Robertsons have never been what's the word I'm looking for? Tactful.
Yeah.
Couth, maybe?
Yeah. So we always just, hey, here it is. Boom,
Do you have that same talk with Zach? Did Jan bring you in when it was time? Or she let Big Gordon run that?
But, when I told
This
her.
is just as dramatic.
Look, when I hit her with the truth,
Oh, no.
Mom asked a question, and she said, "Hey, look, when you take a little young lady out, what are you trying to do?"
Uh-oh.
No, yeah, I ain't gonna say it, but anyway, so I tell her, okay, and Jan just said, "You and Mama are so nasty. I'm leaving." And I said, "Hey, look, it's true. It's birds and the bees, girl."
I got whiplash all of a sudden. I'm like,
No,
what's
no,
going on here?
I'm serious. but,
Welcome to
hey,
the duck call
I've always
room.
wondered what happens over here. Now I know.
This is it.
Yeah, we laugh.
That's why the whole family has said I've had dementia all my life. Okay.
You do?
No, that's what. Hey, everybody has said it.
No, you knew what happened on
It took Phil
PBS
78
6 months
before he
ago.
got it.
Mm.
I don't think you have it.
Well, hey, look, I've had something.
You're sharp as a tack. It's
He's where all the money would have been bet on. Like, when we were younger.
Oh, yeah.
It would all, everything, and then the rest of them would have just been the field.
Yeah.
And then Si's the one that's kind of escaped it.
You escaped it.
Unbelievable.
Isn't that something?
What was Si like as your uncle? I know Jace's opinion on it. Obviously, he was named after the poor fella, but
yeah, but Jace has such a sunny
And that
disposition.
ruined him
anyway.
too.
but like you wake up and it's Christmas time and you're like, man, I can't wait to see. Was it ever Uncle Si?
He would come in, like we would see him about every 2 years. He would come in, and then he would stay. This is back when Granny and Paul still lived at the river, and so he would be there, and we would hunt with him and do those things. And he would come hunt with Trey and I too at different places. So it was always like that was something that I looked forward to every couple of years. But he would give us enough material doing those 2 or 3 weeks he was in
That would
town
last
to last till the next two,
Till he
next
made it
2
back.
years till he made it back.
Uncle Si, real life Santa Claus. So
So when he showed up, you were pumped.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Look, I was like Santa Claus because I'd come bring a gift. It would be all Army stuff.
Yeah, that the U.S.
Yeah.
government
Yeah.
paid for.
So
Elon Musk would cut that crap out,
outfit,
sir.
Because Jace has still got that first little winter hat,
The bomber hat.
The bomber hat.
bomber hat, on. And he loved that thing. He
Oh,
used
yeah.
to sleep with it.
Did you ever take any smokes from Uncle Si when
No,
he wasn't looking? I was just curious.
no, but you'd secondhand a couple, 2 or 3 packs. A day, and then
John got caught smoking one time, and his mama smoked Virginia Slims, right?
yeah, and after Winston's.
Yeah. And then she caught John smoking, and she made him smoke an entire pack of cigarettes. This is back in the old days.
Oh no, that's standard operating.
And you never smoked again, did you?
No, that's a good way to end that.
Operating procedure.
I was
serious.
probably 7 at the time.
I'm serious. I come home one day and Tracy and Scott,
Yeah.
they was like 6 and 4. Okay,
Yeah.
and they had stole one of my Winston. And when I called them, when they come in, they put it out. I said, no, 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 no. I reached in my pocket. And I said, here.
Yeah.
I said, let me light that thing for you. And I said, you sit there smoking, And they smoked them. I smoked, made them smoke 4 or 5 of them. They turned as green as that cup there. Okay, sick as a dog. And Tracy and Scott both said, hey, that's the best thing you could have ever done for us.
There you
Statute of
go.
limitations
So
is up on that
hey,
too.
we never wanted to see another cigarette.
Hey, there you go. Let them touch that hot stove, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think Brittany
Hey.
gonna go for that with me. But,
That's how you can keep your boys from like ever smoking or dipping, Martin.
just give it to them now.
Yeah, 2 or 3
At
years
2?
old. Give them
Yeah.
a little plug of it. And
Yeah, let them have
Oh,
it.
yeah. Then they won't ever touch it again.
I'm
Yeah.
afraid that one that looks like her may like it though. he kind of hard headed,
That's what you got to be careful of.
Yeah. I'm afraid I may start an issue.
Every time somebody says that about their wife, I always get tickled, doubled up, telling, hey, I knew mom before mom was mom.
Wow, I didn't have listening to Gimber smoke a pack at 7 on today's bingo board, but hey, man, I like it.
Welcome back to the duck call.
And here I thought we were just going to talk about that one altercation Gimber got in on the kickball field.
Oh,
Like-
but his kids were watching.
Yeah, hey, they've just, enlightened me that my nephew, has got quite the temper.
No, that's not.
Well,
what
I haven't
we
heard the
said.
story.
That
So-
ain't how we said that.
So I wasn't always as upstanding as what y'all have come to know.
Well, we were
Today.
we were talking about fights
Yeah.
at this age and how they all happen in church league basketball
Yeah.
or
And
softball.
then I rolled it to softball.
And
Well-
then we remembered Gimber on the kickball field.
Yeah.
But hold on, but to preface this, back to back champion John Gimber.
Yeah, we played
need to
the
hear that
kickball. The
first.
kickball league was in effect 3 years. We won the championship all 3 years.
They
So that's
disbanded
and
it.
like very handily won the championship.
But I don't know
So-
if you know this, Zach. I
So
can
to say
escalate
that
things.
the team was
Yeah.
a little cocky is an understatement.
Well, we knew how to play the game, and
They did.
I mean, we like my two memories of one is a quick story where I was pitching, and this girl was running to first base.
we covered that.
Y'all
too.
talked about
I
that?
apologize to that girl if she's still out there.
Where Johnny D decoyed her.
Oh, and she
Yeah.
hit the ground and came up. Why did you do that?
I
weren't gonna hit her.
genuinely felt bad about that.
But
one.
there was the people that ran the league didn't understand the rules, and we were just out there playing just
I'm
on the
playing
rules.
by the rules you give me, but
I think I was
Like
playing
Texas.
second base. The guy, somebody pops one up. I caught it between first and second to get out, and the guy who was running between first and second, like swung at me to hit the ball to knock it out of my hands very forcefully.
And he might have been annoyed with a certain person on our team being loud and obnoxious. I don't know who it was.
I don't know. who that
Probably
was.
Drew Easton.
And
Who
so-
played first base?
Oh,
So the banter back and forth took a major elevation of
It escalated.
it escalated big time whenever somebody swung to hit it out of my hands.
and then he started talking, and Angela was there, and she said, "John Gimber, your kids are watching you." And he said, "They're fixing to watch me whoop someone's butt."
I bet he didn't say but. though.
Yeah.
He did.
He said
Well,
but.
I don't think
Hard
I
to
said-
remember. Hard to
wait, hold on.
statute
No,
of
he probably
limitations.
used-
I-
This is
He
a church
used the
league.
other word.
No, it was just
No, it wasn't a church league.
it was a co-ed league, and
It
I
wasn't church league, but every team was loosely church based.
right.
Yeah.
Ours
And I was
Church of Duck
and I was
Commandment.
asking the
Yeah.
guy to just please. He tried to walk off, and I was behind him, asking him to turn around. All I want you to do is turn around.
Yeah, please.
you
will
were
you
hitting.
turn
Turn
around.
around and engage me, and then that's
It
when
was
he like,
awesome.
your kid's here, and I called Angela that night and
did.
apologized
So
to
you
her.
repented for all this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
Well,
I
I would
And
add,
the whole time I was just laughing.
well, I would add another sport there. I've actually witnessed something go down in
Let's
volleyball.
not talk
Yeah,
about
there's
this.
a volleyball
Volleyball?
game.
There's
Oh.
a
volleyball
volleyball
game.
game that happened in my backyard.
You
that,
played volleyball?
And that was a church function.
that was a church function.
That
You
was a-
have a
with just
inch
friends
and a
and
half
such.
vertical.
Not
Why-
anymore.
Why are you?
Back then, we were playing volleyball. People came to my house. We have a mutual friend. We're not going to say his name. He's much better than he used to be, but he cheated at fantasy football.
Uh-oh.
We kicked him out of a fantasy football
Uh-oh,
because
they kicked him out.
he was always just like trying to get under everybody's skin, kind of like what I do.
Yeah, I
Except-
can see where that'd be a rub with you.
He's an attorney. So what he would do is
Oh, Gary.
he would try to
No,
find.
you can't say his last name?
Why not? He's an Osborne.
Because
He
of
gets
what
it.
you're about to hear me
It's your
say.
uncle. Your uncle?
Yeah.
Is it your uncle?
Gary Glenn.
It's
Cousin.
oh, well, you'll love this story if you don't like him.
See, if y'all don't think we ain't a family business, you wrong. Oh, is that your cousin? Your uncle? The
That's your
only
mama and his
person in
cousin.
here safe from
Well-
anything is Beth. And that's because she's from Canada.
She has to be from a different country.
Yeah.
to dodge the bullets. Well, anyway, he did something, and there was
I remember what it was.
there's a whole bunch of
Well,
like,
it started with your dog. Your dog ate my sunglasses.
that was your fault.
Uh-oh.
Who put sunglasses on the ground in a house with a dog?
Costa Del Mar sunglasses, I might add.
Oh, well, that dog was trained to do that. They sell them.
No
Yeah.
question.
Come on by the honey. I'll look you up.
Yeah, we'll replace them.
I've already sold a pair this morning. Anyways, and so Gary's just ripping me in front of everybody. And like none of my friends like Gary or Zach. But it was just this thing because it was like the younger guys versus the older guys, and the older guys were always just like, I mean, if you got to cheat at fantasy football, who really are you, right?
Yeah.
And he 100% cheated and got kicked out of the league. And then he's just bashing me and my friends. And I looked at him square in the eyes at a church event. And I said, you know what? I'm about to tell you why nobody here likes you. And everything went quiet. And for about 3 minutes, I told him exactly how me and all my friends felt about him.
Well, then you got to shoot your shot when it goes
Yeah.
quiet.
Once
too.
you say,
Well,
I'm about to tell you
and then
why
it got-
nobody likes
Then it got
you.
really awkward. It's like, and then what do we do?
And then I was like, all right, let's play volleyball. Now that you know your place.
Yeah.
It was uncomfortable. I'm not proud of it.
Did you win?
Well, he went forward at church the next Sunday and,
Really?
and changed completely. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
No, we're cool now. It took a minute.
oh man.
There was a whole crew of them, though,
a whole crew of them.
of just older people than me that they were mean to us.
Well,
And I'm lippy.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the
Rite of
nature of
passage.
things, right?
Well, Si, you know what time of year it is. Spring cleaning. We need to refresh our homes and refresh our nutrition and daily habits.
That's
and
right.
AG1 is the easiest way you can do your health right. Look, and are you about to drink it right
I've got
now?
to. I wasn't able to do it this morning.
wasn't
but
able to do it,
Hunter
boy.
actually brought this to me. Hunter, thank you.
Philip McMillan loves a travel pack because he's a busy man.
I gotta
and
have it.
Lots of important and mysterious work, and he's ready on the go with AG1, which can help support your digestion, your energy levels, your skin from within, feel satisfied with less snacking, help you adapt to stress, and so many more things. All these other supplement makes big claims without the research, but AG1 is formulated based on the latest science in nutrition and wellness. They got a whole team of people smarter than me and Si put together, so that's saying something, that have invented this, that you drink, tastes great, and you're feeling good too.
And you're going to need it for your gut health. You're going to spend the money anyway. So drink AG1. It's going to make you feel a lot
I've
better.
always said happiness starts with gut health.
And it's so easy.
That's
One
what I'm
scoop.
talking about.
One scoop and you get it all, boy.
One scoop and you get it all. Look, when it comes to your health, we want something we can trust, and that's why we choose AG1 with science-backed ingredients and real benefits that we can feel. AG1 makes it easy to support overall wellness every single day, and that's why we've been partnering with AG1 for so long. And AG1 is offering new subscribers a free $76 gift when you sign up. You'll get a welcome kit, a bottle of D3K2, and 5 free travel packs in your first box. So make sure to check out drinkag1.com/duck to get this offer. Drinkag1.com/
Duck.
and get started on a healthier lifestyle today.
Willie was the
Yeah,
worst.
they had Willie. So it's
Yeah.
that Willie just reamed them. So then they were all so tired and whooped and sad that they were like, we got to go find some other kids.
We had to,
Yeah.
hurt people, hurt people.
Yeah, there's a whole profession based off that.
And I was just lippy enough to fire back eventually.
Oh, okay. Well, that's that David Owen coming out in you.
Yep.
That'd be
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. And then I was like, well, my dad leads the anger group.
Yeah.
Get you some of it.
Man, what a life, man.
I didn't know we were going to go there.
Well,
I was like, oh, good. Gimber's on. We're going to talk about kickball. And then when Dasher walked in, I said, yep, they're getting volleyball.
We're going to talk about volleyball.
I still have the championship bowl from the
kickball?
Yeah, it's at my
okay.
camp.
yeah, we were
I'll have to
wondering
bring
where
it
that
back
went.
in here.
Yeah,
Well,
where
if
all
you
the
do, it'll just
trophies
sit
went.
back here,
Yeah.
like in front of size cup. We can have
It's
a
my
great
candy. It's my candy dish at the camp.
well, we can have a great success and a great failure, all sitting right back there. In the
Dasher's doing all right. He's the liege lord of every podcast, and movie and TV. He's got his own podcast now.
But see, Dasher did the slick thing.
Move.
He just visits here.
That's what you got to do.
He said, I got to get the heck out of there. Took off North Carolina, and then he come back every once in a while, make sure everybody still sees him. Then he goes again.
I don't know if enough time has passed for this joke, but you got to get away from the hurricanes here in Louisiana.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Man, that sucker followed him up there, didn't
They
he?
did.
Oh,
That was bad.
First hurricane to hit the Midwest mountains, ever, and y'all were there.
So if y'all are listening from there,
Such a travesty.
You know where I
it's
was,
his
where I
fault.
was at
The
when it
Florida, Louisiana guy
brought the hurricane.
brought it with him.
Yeah.
I was actually in Angola prison. I had to do an event down there, and I was stayed the night in Baton Rouge. I told Jill, I said, I think Black Mountain's going to get some rain tomorrow. I had no clue what was coming, but it was. Yeah, it was
they
crazy.
took roads and infrastructure
20
and
miles,
cities
20
out.
something miles of water pipes. I mean, we didn't have water for 8 weeks, but I just dug a well, by the way. But
It's unbelievable, the destruction that got put in that area
as well.
over that.
Yeah, you
crazy.
don't expect it up there though, for sure.
How is it? Is it coming back?
Yeah,
I mean, like everything.
I mean, it's like
It's
when
obviously going to take a while. We're familiar with the kind
It's
of
like
damage.
Katrina took. I mean, is New Orleans back? I mean, I don't know. It's going to be it'll be a
Still smells bad. New Orleans, not North Carolina.
yeah. North Carolina smells good.
Oh, and you're talking about 20 miles of water pipe. I mean, that's
It's a lot of
big.
pipe.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a blow up there. That's incredible what those folks went through. And
But you got a podcast now.
I do.
Is it started?
Started doing it. It's called Not Yet Now.
What? Hold on.
Not
Did it
yet.
start
Not yet.
now?
Now.
But it has. So it
See,
hasn't started.
Not yet. Now. It's the name of it.
Is
we're
it?
about to get one of them volleyball things. You keep going down this road.
now.
That was a
We've been sanctified
Except
past that.
you got one here just as lippy as you are. So this may not end in your favor.
I'm not near as crazy as I used to be now.
Neither am I.
We got a bell to start and stop things if we need to, Martin.
No, we'll just sit over here and be quiet, Gimber.
So it's not yet now.
It's kind of like Unashamed.
Yeah, except I talk a little bit.
Okay.
So
They use bigger words on his podcast.
yeah.
He said, but I talk a little bit.
Way bigger words on not yet now than unashamed.
So the first episode.
So if I watch your podcast, I'm gonna need to have a dictionary with me.
Well, yeah, it is a little bit. It's a little. Well, because if I use a big word on unashamed, then Jace has like a cricket noise that he plays into the microphone.
Does he really?
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like, so then when I started the podcast, it was hilarious because all the comments were like, Zach, we know why you did this because Jace never lets you talk. And I was like, that's exactly right. So he's a good villain. I just let him be the villain. But
The easy one.
Yeah.
but yeah, we do it every Tuesday. We post every Tuesday. It's a little more of a less storytelling, more Bible. We're going through the book of Mark right now.
Okay.
But you knew that about Unashamed because of just growing up how it was. There was,
I knew, yeah,
there
I
was
knew.
no way with Jace's spot in the lineage and with your spot in the lineage and his level of success that you were ever going to be able to talk on there.
Now I'll get a word in, but what people don't realize, they don't understand our love languages. So they think, man, Jace is really rough on you. Like all the comments are
Yeah.
like, but they don't realize like this is how we interact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the conflict. It's
People
actually,
think that we're mad at each other.
no, there's no mad. Nobody's mad.
Nobody's mad.
Nobody's mad.
People think like Hunter doesn't love all of us, and I'm telling you right now because Hunter doesn't have a microphone. He's the happiest person I know because he gets to come in here with us
Hey.
every day.
Anything that you're dealing with this bunch, hey, it's hey, everybody's gonna talk smack.
Yeah,
You got to be able to talk it back and take it.
that's part of it.
You got to give it and take it.
That's right.
Because if you can't, we fix to run you ragged.
And to be fair, if you're an outsider that comes into here, you better just be able to take it.
Oh yeah,
Because you don't have
Right.
you don't have the blood to be able
You,
to.
I don't know.
You
dude.
just got to be
insert
able
into
to
it.
take it.
You can
Mark,
give it. You give it
you've
back
elevated.
pretty
You're
good.
you're probably the quickest witted of all. I mean, you got a quick wit.
Yeah, but I mean, you just got. I
You
was
just-
raised by a bunch of paper mill hands,
Yeah.
so I mean that's where all that come from. Because like I grew up with that, so then coming here wasn't a culture shock for
No,
me.
you just
But
felt-
like it just felt like home, right? Like it. So I think that's why some people in here thrive, and then some people come here and struggle because then they feel like they're just getting made fun of. Though.
well they can't take it.
Yeah, they're just like
Yeah.
they're just it's too sheltered for them. When really we're just one big dadgum locker room where everybody's just yeah, we're going to make fun
That's
of
it.
your worst qualities. Absolutely.
Well, we're
You know?
trying to do you a favor. You got a problem with it.
Well, We're
So,
building
hey, we're going to
character,
rub
right?
it in your nose till you don't have a problem with it anymore.
It's basically like a kid smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
You just shove a pack in their
Hey,
mouth until
yeah.
they don't like it anymore.
But I do have so Zach, you run Tread Lively, which runs all the podcasts. We're kind of like telling people how some of these inner workings
Zach's
work.
technically might be our boss.
That's what
not
I'm saying.
sure.
Well,
he's Hunter's boss.
He's 50% our boss when we're in these doors, right? Because he's got business.
Well, y'all
partners.
actually, I think y'all actually work for Duck Commander.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
So
it
I have a
works.
deal with Duck. Yeah,
Yeah.
Whatever.
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter.
But anyway, but you would in essence be Hunter's direct superior, right?
That's correct.
Like, in theory.
So
I
if we
don't
have
work-
a problem with Hunter,
I don't
So-
work for none of you clowns.
No, we love Hunter. I just want to know what the Tread Lively handbook says about love marks showing up on an
See,
employee.
I heard about this, and I got real nervous about the conversation. I'm like,
oh, he doesn't have a microphone.
I know.
Is
It's
this
even
your
better.
mic right here?
He's spooling wire
Am I
now to
using
get,
your
to
mic?
get keyed up.
Oh, it's all good, Hunter. We won't do it. He's,
Yeah.
he's yelling he needs to defend himself.
you tried to cover it up with a Band-Aid, I heard.
Yeah, I educated Hunter that day. 'cause
What'd
I
you
told
tell him?
I told him, I said, hey, look, there are vampires.
Guy can't be
Hey,
too careful.
hey, and they move at night.
My favorite part was his defense. Like, if the people ever got a chance to see Hunter, and I love him, I do, and he's no doubt a shining spot in this office. But he said he put the Band-Aid over it to be professional. My man is wearing a band T-shirt.
What
and
T-shirt?
blue
Stand up.
jeans.
Stand up. What T-shirt
And-
is it today?
So like
Nothing more. There's some sort of sword. Yeah.
see, that's
Sevenfold something or another.
That's what I'm saying. So his argument, I was like, just take that thing off and own it, son. Like, you had a great 2 days,
Hey,
man.
it's a badge
Like,
of honor. Good grief.
yeah, crap. Like, I was here to applaud him. He made it where it was a joke because of the Band-Aid.
And it
That's
was
right.
a great opportunity for Side to also tell another person about the birds and the bees.
Yeah, vampires, man.
Ooh, I'm so excited, Martin. You want to know why?
He's
'Cause
excited.
I know why.
Because it's springtime,
Yeah, buddy.
and that's the time you want to plant some stuff and make your yard look all fancy. I need a catappa tree. I'm going to look that up.
Yeah.
But you know we're talking about fastgrowingtrees.com, one of my favorite websites. I'm actually so sad I forgot my computer like twice in a row now, because my favorite part of this ad is shopping on fastgrowingtrees.com, because they will get you exactly what you want and it will grow in your environment, because we're in zone 8.
Zone 8.
I'm not even looking, and I know that. Fast Growing Trees offers a wide variety of plants, including fruit trees,
Si.
Yep. which I
privacy
like.
trees, those are for me, flowering trees,
Mhm.
Hello.
that's for you, and shrubs,
Because that's only because Philip's short. So
Phillips was the shrub.
he can't trim it.
all tailored perfectly for your climate, like right here in the 71291 or 2, just depending on what side of the interstate you live on.
Praise be.
And quick delivery, super easy. Plus, with their Alive and Thrive guarantee and expert support, your plants will arrive healthy, and you'll receive guidance on choosing the right plants and learn how to properly care for them. You don't have to drive around to nurseries and big garden centers and choose plants from a limited assortment. You can do it from your phone, on the toilet, on the couch, wherever you want to do it. You can find a fast-growing tree because they make it easy to order online, and your plants are delivered to your door in just a few days. I've ordered many fast-growing trees, and
Yeah.
they grow fast.
Hey, well,
This spring, they have the best deals for your yard, up to half off on the select plants and other deals. And listeners to our show get 15% off their first purchase when using code
Duck,
at checkout. That's an additional 15% off at fastgrowingtrees.com using the code
duck,
at checkout. Fastgrowingtrees.com code.
duck.
Now's the perfect time to plant. Use
Hey, duck.
to save today. Offer is valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions may apply. Are you on the new Duck Dynasty?
No, I'm not.
no, he's too far away,
Uh,
man.
I don't live, too far away.
I don't know
Yeah.
how it works.
Scheduling conflicts, man.
Scheduling conflicts. Can't
Are you the
make it.
boss of it?
No, I'm
Is
one
your
of the-
name going to be in the credits?
My name will be in the credits.
Okay, there you go.
As a producer or EP, I'm
He's
not
a
sure.
major producer.
He
So-
is.
I handle a lot of the movie stuff too. We're working on a new movie.
Do you need an extra with lines
Yeah,
that you're going to
I
cut
will.
out of
I will.
the whole movie? Appreciate that.
I will.
Yeah, I remember.
No, you were in the blind, and you did have a great line.
When? Nobody saw it.
Nobody
I saw
it.
your face. I didn't ever hear you talk.
Yeah, that's because they cut it all out.
It didn't. It ended up on the cutting floor, but it
Yeah.
was. You know why though? Because when we filmed it, we got the first cut back. Well, I told the guys, I said at the beginning, I said you can't water down sin. You got to show the darkness of Phil's life, and I got the first cut back, and I was like, whoa, this thing is dark. So we had to go back and refilm. I think it's when you came.
Yep.
Was that Monroe?
Mhm.
Right. So we filmed 3 more days in Monroe to try to fix the film or
To lighten it up a little.
yeah.
To get a cool ZZ Top montage
Yes.
of sin.
To be
Yes.
fair, I got a question. When you got with me and said you were going to send your director of photography to come film a duck, and
Yes.
you've duck hunted enough to know hunting here is not great anyway.
Yeah.
Did you chuckle a little bit when you sent that guy with me with a camera lens as long as this table and saying we got to get one duck killed for this movie?
I didn't
Because
know
when he showed up, I was like, "How? We ain't doing this. Like this ain't gonna work." Like
because
and
what did he bring? I don't know what he brought.
he
Did
brought
bring
a red and a lens as literally as long as this table, like, and then put it on a tripod on the edge of the duck hole.
I figured he would figure it. I figured he would work with you. Y'all figure out a way to get it on film.
Y'all did.
Well,
you-
we got
yeah.
it. We got it done, but I mean, I'm just
At
looking.
least you didn't get edited out, man.
Well, I was
right.
never there. It's just my Mallard Drake,
That's
but
true.
and he was banded, so that's kind of cool. But
That's awesome.
yeah, that was weird. But like the first, so like it feels as a hunter like the most impossible task in the world, like
Right.
because we video every day, and some days if the cameraman so much as moves this much, they flare, and I'm like, well, this. I mean, it's end of season, like this crap ain't gonna work. Like whatever this is, and then the first bunch come in, and it was like 5 of them, and I was like, holy cow, what are we doing? Boom, boom, boom. We killed all 5 of them. I said, did you get that? And he said, I got them falling. I said, oh no. Like what? How? I mean, but we're not going to get another chance like this today. And then about lunchtime, about dinner, right about noon, here come old single Mallard Drake, and he come from way away in the balled open. And I was like, this is it. This is our
Here's your
chance.
chance.
Get him
Like,
if you
this is
can.
him. And I go down there, I'm like, are you on him? Are you on? Yeah, I got it. I said, boy, now I was thinking, boy, don't screw this up. Like,
What if
I
you
mean,
missed?
yeah, that went through my mind as I was pulling the trigger on my 28 gauge, mind you. I took a little gun to do this too.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh.
let me,
gotta get it
I
in
just
close.
aim small, miss small. I swear my eyes were closed when I pulled the trigger because I didn't want to screw up so bad. I was like, that's the first time I've been nervous duck hunting in years.
That's funny.
Was for that one scene, but he got
But you got it
we
done because you're a
yeah.
professional.
Well,
And it made the
no,
movie.
well, it just showed me that movie was meant to be done, and that scene was supposed to be in there to reach a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get that done.
Yeah.
The good Lord sent the dumbest Mallard Drake on the planet that day and said, "We're gonna make this movie, son." Like,
I have to say this. This is for the cameramen in future things.
Hunter.
Because, hey, I took 30 minutes before daylight talking to the cameraman. I'm going to set your camera up. All you do is turn it on and record. Do not move this camera.
Director of photography.
Because, hey, I've got it where all the action's going to happen. Well, here comes 100 teal coming in.
They go.
They got right, and we just mauled them. He tried to follow it. I come this close to knocking him out.
Man, that brought
It
up
made
something
me
inside
so mad.
you.
I said, what did I tell you?
He missed the whole thing?
He missed the whole thing.
That's
I
not
said,
good.
what did I tell you? I said, you would have had the best duck footage ever caught on camera if you'd have just done what I told you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Record it. Don't move it. Record it.
Can't happen, Si.
Yeah.
Can't happen.
Can't happen.
That's the biggest problem, okay? Because, hey, this is a man that's been doing this for like, good grief, 70 years.
Oh, duck hunting. You talking about you?
Yeah.
Okay. I was
Okay,
Like, man, that's
so,
I was
hey,
like, man, that's an old camera.
hey,
man.
so
I'm
he's-
a lot younger than that.
You know, hey, I started
Gary
about when I was
Stevenson's out there.
7 for crying out loud. If I set you up your camera, then pay attention and read my lips.
Oh, my
Just-
favorite part was just sitting
just
there thinking,
record.
what would Phil be saying right now with this guy on his
Oh.
tripod with that long of a lens?
No.
Like this, I mean, Phil would
He
just
wouldn't have
be-
done it.
He'd have had a nervous
Yeah,
breakdown.
he would've.
Like Phil would have been.
No.
And there I am. I'm like, we'll try it. Why not? Like, let's see what happens.
You
here,
gotta throw a
boy.
lot at the wall at the movie, see what sticks.
Yeah, we got it done though. That was a lot of fun. No, that movie did great, man. Who
You know
the
my
funk
favorite.
it did what
you know
it
what my
did.
favorite part of this movie is?
Uh-oh.
What's that?
So I'm, a member now of a certain union that protects my rights.
Oh yeah, you're the SAG.
As an actor who's
He's
all
a
of his lines
SAG.
got
He
cut
is
out.
the part of the
SAG,
SAG.
man.
I get a check every now and again, just randomly from California for the blind.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
The first one was $200 DVD sales. I was like, this is the best day.
Mailbox money, baby.
They didn't even use my face, but for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
The second one, $100 DVD sales. And I was like, second best day ever. And I said, man, one day the streaming one's going to come in and I'm going to be rich.
I'll get me into pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking
Good
about.
pizza oven.
Uh-huh.
And the streaming one finally came in and I was like, this is it. And I was reminded that Duck Dynasty fans are a little behind and still have DVD
What
players.
was the stream?
$36.
$36.
Yeah, I spent it all in one place.
They love the. Hey, we did well on DVDs.
We did well on DVD. So, hey, head on over to Amazon. I get like a nickel. maybe.
People wanted to own it and put that next to the old Duckman videos.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's
So your
funny.
DVD sales did well, Zach. If
Well.
they're paying me to not have lines,
Yeah.
$300.
Oh.
It was wild making that story though, because it was man. When I'm talking about spiritual attack, and a lot of people say that when they do a movie like that, but I felt it. I knew that we were doing something important. Mainly because I'd never seen Phil cry before.
Yeah.
And when I interviewed him, so when I wrote the story for it, I basically went and did interviews with the whole family, and Phil, when he was talking about mom, when I tell you he broke down and started crying, I've never seen him like that. He just was just weeping about how thankful he was that she didn't give up on him, and I was like, in that moment, I was like, we got something here because it was so raw, and I don't think Phil had accessed that part of his story in a long time.
Well, you got to think about this, okay? He was so close to losing everything, losing Kay, losing his kids, okay, and just and like I said, the rest of the family had got with Kay and just said, "Hey, leave him, divorce him, and you go ahead and get away from him, and get on with your life." Okay, and Jan, she jumped on everybody in our family with both feet.
Mm.
She said, "Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. That's your brother, for crying out loud." And she said, "What you don't know is, one of these days he'll bring more people to Jesus than you can even imagine." And her prophecy came true.
Yeah.
When he finally did, and you got to think about this. Here's a man that spends 95% of his time in God's creation, and he didn't know the Creator.
Oh yeah, prior to that.
And then when he finally meets the Creator, okay, and finds out about him, then it changed not only his life, it changed the whole Robertson family's life,
Yeah.
okay, because that legacy was from him, forward. Yeah.
Well, we certainly
and
wouldn't
back
be
when-
sitting here today.
No,
No,
I mean, we may be sitting here talking into a can,
And
but
it
we
was
don't
a-
know what it'd be about.
No. 'Cause
A different show.
Yeah.
They said, "Well, what about if we had come to you and said, let me show you your dark side of your life?"
Yeah.
I said, "Have you lost your mind? I ain't doing that."
Yeah.
Well, it was a different perspective. I know me watching it because like I knew the story in
Yeah.
the same way you knew the story, but the difference I'm 50, but and you're how old are you? 46,
47.
47. So like we didn't experience that. We only heard the stories, but all of our life, I mean, we knew Phil was a tough, rough guy, just
Hold on.
because he
Yeah.
was a changed guy when we knew him. He was he was following Jesus. All that I remember.
Well, see, it made Kay feel better that I was with him, but all it did was it put me in a bad spot,
Yeah.
and it didn't help any. It didn't help any because he was he was a demon. Kay said he was the devil himself.
Were you shocked when he came to know Jesus? Were you just like,
No, I just most people don't have the opportunity to see someone that is worthless, and I mean my brother was worthless at that time, and then to see the change that come over him, Okay, you can't have you just whoa. What happened to make that much difference in this guy's life?
Yeah.
What could do this? Because hey, Phil Robertson didn't give a flip about nobody.
Mhm.
Okay, except yours truly, him.
Yeah.
It's wild,
The
man.
rest of it, no, you don't even exist. Okay, it was me.
Yeah.
Okay, and then from him to go me to everybody else. Because I watched him like Mom and Daddy was always hospitable. Okay, Phil and Kay got that and took it to a new level.
Yeah.
Okay, because some of the people that he's had at his house. Okay, yeah.
He's had some characters
No,
running through there.
Like
Oh,
you
I
three?
remember first time I ended up down there, it was for house church. I didn't know. I didn't even know that's where I was going. But Phil didn't know me from Adam.
Were you a Christian?
No.
You just showed up.
No, well, I got invited from Curly,
Yeah.
who I worked with at the time up there at TP. He's like, come to house church. I was like, okay. Man, I didn't know. I didn't know what house church was. Like, I grew up Assembly of God. We didn't do that.
What
Like,
kind of
what kind
of cult are you
yeah,
outside?
I was interested in investigating.
Yeah.
Like, I see what it's about. I figured, he said, we'll eat. And I was like, I'm in. Well, then Phil saw me walk in and he's like, man, I really need to take them boards out of that gate over there. And that's a big old feller. And he's like, come, you look big and strong. Come get on the four-wheeler with me. And so me and Phil.
It ain't going to take but a little while.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity.
I said, Mr. Phil, all I got is these tennis shoes. He said, oh, yeah, you'll be fine. This is the first time I fell for that. Oh, you'll be fine. I mean, this is day one of meeting Phil Robertson.
Oh, yeah.
And me and him is on four-wheeler headed over to the land to take boards out of a gate. And that's to hold water, let water in, whatever, for people that don't know that are listening. And I caught him on a bad bath schedule, too. So I'm riding downwind of him. Like, that man didn't kid about taking a shower once a week. My man stunk. Like B.O., like,
That was him.
like, just
Hey.
awful. And I'm riding downwind of him
Hey.
the whole way on that Honda 4-track. I'm like, God almighty, this man stinks. And that's the feel I've always known. Like, he gave everybody that showed up to that house the benefit of the doubt on everything. And like, and he took that moment as a captive audience to ask me the hard questions. And I was like, nah, man, but I'm good. And he's like, yeah, oh yeah, I bet you are. But that's, so to hear you say, that's why I kind of chuckled when you said he was selfish, because I have never seen that side.
Well,
right. Like I'm not aware that side. Now, obviously we all know that side exists because we're human, right? Like, and everybody's got that selfish nature, but when you hear you say it, who lived it, it just kind of is funny because I can't even imagine that side of Phil.
No,
like,
for people that knows him, after he met Jesus,
yeah,
totally different guy.
Well, and you got to and see part of his skill set that none of us have, that you don't want, is because he was so rough and raw and the strongest, toughest, meanest of them all.
Oh yeah, who's the man?
He wasn't scared of nobody. I mean, so like the people that he would open up to and invite in were people that we would be a little bit wary of.
Oh yeah,
and he didn't have that.
No,
he just
most people would lock the doors.
Yeah,
right. No, he didn't.
You wouldn't ever make it in the house. Like, I mean, even me back in the day, you'd probably said, "Nah, I think you probably we'll just do this on the porch.
Yeah.
We ain't coming inside."
No, it's inside. Find your place to stay.
Well,
get something
he don't
to eat.
have fear. I told this story on the Unashamed podcast today. We were on. This is Phil right here, but he'll explain this how he is. We were on a plane coming back from
this is the best story of all time.
Somewhere I can't remember.
I love this one.
It was crazy, and all of a sudden we're in King Air, and I just hear an explosion, like it sounds like a shotgun going off, just boom, and then a sucking sound. I mean, and I'm thinking we're done. So he grabbed Bear. My son was on the plane. Grabbed Bear, threw him in the seat, and the first thing out of Phil's mouth was he just said, "Well, boys, looks like it's resurrection time." And I'm like, we're about to die.
It's judgment day.
And your instant, like, what comes out of the man is it's resurrection time. I was like, okay, it's just a different level, man.
Different level of faith right there. It's like everybody else be scared.
Yeah, but you got to think about that, okay? Because there's people have asked us on this podcast, what about death? I said, hey, I ain't worried about death.
Mm.
The change of address.
Come on.
You know, and that's what I'm talking about. You know, because when people said, you know, all this junk, and I said, hey, look, I know the man that raises dead men, for crying out loud.
Yep.
And he's promised he'll do it for me.
Mm.
I said, hey, I ain't, you know.
We just went a little unashamed right there.
We did. That was good.
Oh, the difference is we laugh for 40 minutes.
And we just slap you with Jesus right at the
Yeah,
end.
well, hey, look, when you talk about Jesus, you got to get serious.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guarantee you. No, and
totally
the
agree.
impact that one man, and that's why, like, if you're listening to this, you could be that next one man. Like, nobody
100%.
You're
handpicked Phil.
Here's
listening
the
to
deal.
this, you're
Wait,
probably more-
hold it. I got to correct you on that. Yes, he was handpicked.
Well, I understand that, but I'm saying a guy from
No, human
from
picked him.
Dixie,
Yeah.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
There's no reason Phil Robertson should have changed the world based off of circumstance. I'm saying
One man. Hey, here's what you learned from this podcast today. One man can make a difference.
Oh, I guarantee.
And
Okay,
I will
and
say-
one little young lady can make a difference.
that's what I was going to say. It if you're listening to this podcast, you might not be Phil, but you can be Jan.
Amen.
And the verse I'm going to send, are we ready for that?
Yep.
Yeah, let's
The
do it.
verse I'm going to send us out of here, to me, is what Jan represented in that time. Galatians 6:9. Let us not become weary in doing good, which, you know, Si's point of the story was everybody else was ready to write him off, but not Jan. For at the proper time, we will reap a harvest if we do not give up.
Amen.
And
The
that's what Jan
Almighty
did for
says
Phil.
this: there's a time for everything.
Right.
He's even got it written down in his holy word. There's a time for everything.
Amen.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Good.
Now
thank
it's time
y'all,
to go back to
nephews.
work.
Good to be here.
Thank y'all.
That was
For,
fun.
That was
Always good to
fun.
be here.
y'all come back anytime you want
Yep.
to. We're
Always
always here.
welcome.
So, but we'll see y'all next time right here on the Duck Call Room. We're out.
See ya.
Hunter, fix it and post.